Good evening and thank you for joining us. U.S. President Donald Trump is throwing yet another curveball into trade talks between the U.S. and Canada, now threatening 35% tariffs on Canadian imports starting August 1st. The White House is now clarifying that those tariffs would only apply to goods not covered by CUSMA. That's the current free trade agreement. Those goods are already facing tariffs of 25%. This new threat comes just days before Canadian officials had hoped to secure a new trade deal. Jackson Prosco has tonight's top story from Washington.
The Prime Minister's hopes for reaching a trade deal by July 21st seemed shaky after President Donald Trump sent a late-night letter to Mark Carney announcing a 35% tariff on Canada beginning August 1st.
It was sent yesterday. They called. I think it was fairly well received, but it's what we need.
Trump says the new tariffs are separate from those already in place on steel, aluminum, energy, and potash. The White House tells Global News the tariffs won't apply to goods covered under the existing U.S.-Canada-Mexico trade agreement. In addition to fentanyl, Trump cited supply management in Canada's dairy industry as an ongoing trade issue he wants resolved.
We've been taken advantage of for many, many years by countries, both friend and foe. And frankly, the friends have been worse than the foes in many cases.
The Prime Minister's office says it considers August 1st a revised deadline and will continue to defend Canadian interests in negotiations after caving to Trump's earlier demands to scrap Canada's digital services tax.
We're in solution mode, and we're trying to make sure that ultimately, while the U.S. is becoming weaker, we will become stronger.
As talks progress, few believe Trump's letter constitutes anything close to a final deal. It may come down to what else Canada is willing to negotiate.
The administration's transactional, so you've got to think about engaging in ways where you don't surrender key Canadian interests in return for a promise that may not be held.
The fine print makes that clear. In his letter, Trump mentions these tariffs may be modified upward or downward depending on our relationship with your country.
You're not getting to a new plateau of trade relationships by injecting more uncertainty. We are now all experiencing and witnessing to how Mr. Trump thinks.
Trump's letter has ignited enough concern in Ottawa that the PM has scheduled both a cabinet meeting and a First Minister's meeting in the next 2 weeks, all with the understanding that, as always, Trump's plans are firm until they're not. Jeff?
All right, Jackson Prosco in Washington. Thanks, Jackson.